Hey everybody, it is I, the Sussman, Rick Sussman, here of course in the Fortress of Nerditude. As you can tell, just back from my morning exercise. It really wasn't that big a deal, I ran around a lake a little bit. But, what's more important is that this is chapter 24 of Sussing It Out. Today's chapter is going to be dealing with something very important. Might have noticed a little bit of a color change on the old noggin here, aside from the lack of hair. I was at the beach all weekend with my wife. We were celebrating her 30th birthday, so that means I officially am free to date again. Anyway, I was thinking all weekend about what I wanted to do for my vlog. Maybe like a coming-of-age vlog, or, we all grow up kind of vlog, or whatever the case may be. And I didn't really have anything to settle on. Went to bed, still trying to figure it out. I was going to do a video cast with my buddy Charles. We were going to do another Blatantly Honest review. I had to postpone that for a couple more days just because I was pretty tired. Going to the beach at 31 years old will wear you out. Also, there might have been some alcohol involved. At any rate, not while driving though. That's important. Yeah, I'm off topic. At any rate, I couldn't think of anything to really vlog about. Finally, I wake up this morning, I'm trying to, get up the nerve to go running and things like that. And I'm noticing everybody on Facebook is just incensed over how much they hate the Dexter finale. I was watching Dexter for a while when it first started. I watched it clear until I didn't have Showtime anymore. I thought the show was pretty good, but it was getting really kind of meh. Though I enjoyed the story, the character was really not developing anymore, and I was having a lot of trouble following, ultimately I was having trouble with the one thing that you can have trouble with when it comes to the TV shows or whatever is, why do I care about this guy again? What's the big deal here? You run out of interest. And that's about the time that a show should probably go off the air. See also Simpsons, At any rate, that's 3 whatever anyway, so that's it. I can't say that anymore this week. So, back to the point, I am looking up online for spoilers for the Dexter finale. I don't really care. I'm not probably going to watch it, and everyone who I know hated it, so not a whole lot of desire there to check that out. So I pull up a good review of it, which was spoilerific, and it was fine, because again, I didn't care that I was spoiling it. I just wanted to see what the ending was. And believe it or not, I actually didn't have so much of a problem with the ending. I had a lot of problem with it being called an ending, though. It should have just been called the continuation of the story, and then they just leave it at that, Oops, sorry, hit my computer there. Just call it an ellipses, the end, ... of this story. And what that would do is that would open up a lot of, you're welcome to fill in the blanks kind of stuff. And you're still going to get a lot of people who are going to consider that to be a cop-out, and I understand that, because from what I read, it felt like a real cop-out. Like, up in the end, Dexter was just sort of like, bump this noise, I can't do it anymore, goodbye. And that was sort of it. And it was very, they've been building for so many years, and then they get to here, and you're supposed to have this dramatic falling action and then a resolution. So what really happened was they built and 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 built and, oh god, it toppled over, and we're back to where we started. Now, why am I okay with this? Why am I not wholly upset by that? As I scratch my face because sweat is sticky. Yeah, it's sweat. Sweat! At any rate. It's 4. Damn it. I gotta find more adjectives and adnouns and proverbs. Proverbs, it's a new word. If you ever wrote, drew, did anything artistic, even like make a clay pot when you were a kid or something like that, you may have come to a conclusion of your project. It's over. It's done. You finished it. And as I've mentioned many times, I do all of these things usually in one take, unless my little Logitech camera, let's see if I can get it on camera. Hey, look, the camera's on camera. Unless it doesn't want to upload to YouTube, and then I got to do 17 takes. If you go back and look at something that you have created, you're going to try and improve on it, and improve on it, and improve on it, and improve on it. And ultimately, you're going to do whatever you can to make sure the story doesn't end. I don't know if this is subconscious, conscious, or whatever, but I've noticed that with the stories that I've written. Modern Hero, as I've mentioned, was supposed to be a short story. It is now at a literal novella, which is about 20,000, 25,000 words. It isn't done yet. It might never get done. God. Savior, I was done with it, but wouldn't put the end on it for a couple of months. There's another book that I wrote that'll never see the light of day called Dirigible Saints, which was, I think the first chapter of the story was 20,000 words. My point that I'm getting at is it's really hard to say goodbye to your artwork. I look only to Lord of the Rings as the greatest example of this. People cite that as one of the greatest stories ever told, and I would agree. But the last chapters of the last book, both visually, i.e. the movies, and readably, in the books, they just go on and 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 on, and they just keep going. Enough already. I get it. Frodo lives to be 1,000 years old. Bravo. The King of Earth, Aragorn, is 1 billion. And oh God, just shut up. Enough. You wanted to just say, and they all lived happily ever after, but that is the ultimate cop-out, so you don't go with it. Yes, I get it, Tolkien. You loved your characters. You built a world. I get it. I really get it. I do. But just end the book. It's enough. You had 7 endings. You could have gone with any of them. But that's what happened with Dexter. That's what I believe happened with Dexter, was it was going for so long, and nobody really wanted there to be such a, a penultimate ending, if you will, the end. So they scrapped what I'm sure was a proper finish to the storyline and just went with whatever they could. I don't have an argument against that. I don't want to say that that was stupid or that that was a bad decision, because I've done the same thing and I know exactly what it means to do that. And to be quite honest, I understand it. I really do. I can tell you from certainty, though, that if you let your work go on for too long, you're going to lose people who are supposed to be interested. All of my viewers, vloggers, likers, subscribers, and all that other stuff that I thank every time I finish one of these videos, they've told me on a number of occasions, either via personal message or just in general, you got to slow down a little bit. You're taking too long. Your vlogs, they were like 2 or 3 minutes, now they're 20. It's a valid point, but it is hard to say goodbye. However, I believe I can manage to do so now. Thank you for listening to vlog number 24 of Sussing It Out. This was a proper ending. Aha!